Welcome back everybody. So this is gonna be a quick update video for you guys on stock market. And before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. And if you want to get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, and 3 days of live trading in my Discord, check out the Patreon, and that link will be down below in the description. And now let's get right into it. Dow is down 0.40%, Nasdaq again going up 0.26%, S&P flat on the day, and Russell going down 0.64%. And here's 11 sectors that makes up S&P 500. On top, we got communication services, technology, and healthcare leading the way. And then we got consumer defensive, consumer cyclical, industrials, real estate, utilities, financial, energy, and basic material on bottom. And here on stock market map, and we will talk about it in a minute, but you can see again, Nvidia up 3.31%, Google up 1.37%, Meta flat, Amazon going up 1.29%, and Tesla down 2.5%, Apple going down 0.5%, and Microsoft kind of staying flat on the day. Now, smaller regional banks and even bigger banks all are down on the day, including energy sector also taking a beating. So before we get started, I want to show you guys 3 things and what's happening and why the market is going up. Now the big one, tomorrow we got nothing, Wednesday. But then Thursday we got core inflation, CPI coming out 8:30 a.m. and that could be a market moving event. We also have initial jobless claim, and then on Friday we got PPI coming out 8:30 a.m. Now that's one event. The second one, guys, and this is a Fed's watch tool right here. You can see this meeting we're not doing pretty much anything. And then from March, you can see 61% chance we're cutting. And from March, May, 49% chance cutting, 47%. And we're just cutting like 5 to 6 times all the way up to pretty much end of the year right here. And there's going to be at least 5 to 6 rate cuts this year. Now the question is, yes, inflation might be coming down with those cooked up numbers, but why the market pricing in that 6 rate cuts this year? What is actually happening? Is there something actually broke? We don't know, and we're just seeing Magnificent 7 stocks just going up to the upside and everything is fine. We cannot see behind the scenes. This is telling us a different story right here, that 6 rate cuts this year. And why? We know that Silicon Valley Bank was blowing up with other banks, and we saw Fed actually stepping in. But here in this case, everything is fine, normal. We got a nice big bullish rally in the market, no pullback, nothing, and forget about what's happening in Middle East. Everything is fine. But rate cuts are coming. But why? And why so many in just 1 year? 6 rate cuts. Why? That is priced in right here. And I think that means one thing: something is broken inside. Now let me show you guys another thing why this market is running. So here's the third one, and that is Nvidia stock. After this big long consolidation, you can see now breaking out of this range. And if I put this range on top, let's do that. So now look at this, guys. I mean, that is just insane. So that is like 600, and this thing almost halfway there, 541. And that is just insane how this thing is moving. And that is why I said, something is going on behind the scenes. We don't know. And they're just pumping the same name pretty much It's not Apple this time. It's not Microsoft. Nvidia, after this massive run, we saw some consolidation for 5-6 months, and now another breakout. So people that are waiting for a pullback to maybe buy the dip, guess what? You're not going to see that pullback here on the stock anytime soon, and that is helping not only Nasdaq 100 by itself, pretty much all the other names, because this thing going straight up, and that means one thing. This morning we saw market coming down, and guess what? The dip was bought up, especially on Nasdaq 100 turning green after it was down almost 1%. One more thing I want to point out: oil. It's getting decimated. So oil definitely sniffing out something, could be a recession or something bad. And you can see the market just going straight up without a pullback. I mean, yeah, we saw a mini tiny pullback last week, and yesterday we saw a face ripper here in the market, and that just don't make sense. So be careful, guys. I mean, there are things that looks really good in the market, like yes, it's bullish and we're just going straight up, but also there is no reason for us to just go straight up. And I mean, look at this one. There is no catalyst, nothing, and this thing is going straight up because they had an event, I think, yesterday, and all they had to do mention AI a few times. I mean, it's not new, but this thing broke out of this range, and now from this range, the target is 600, and that is just insane. So be careful before taking any long position here in this market, because everything just running straight up. On Dow Jones, it's down 0.47%, and again holding rising 20-day moving average right here, 373.70. So until this thing breaks below, I would say 374, you're not going to see a significant pullback down to 367. Also, Bollinger Bands are squeezing right here on DIA, and that means one thing: yes, we could see another fresh new all-time high, or finally a breakdown on Dow Jones to close some of these gaps to the downside. You can see today low volume here on Dow Jones, nothing really going on, and also no breakout to the upside, especially right here above 376. Only above 376 you're going to see possibly hitting 377.82 to even 380. That's gonna be a fresh new all-time high on DIA. But until this thing breaks below 374, you're not going to see any significant downside, at least down to 367. So this is gonna be your line in the sand right here. 374, 373.68 to be exact, but I would say 374, because this is rising 20-day moving average now moving up. So it's gonna be really close to 374 going into tomorrow. 374 gives up, then watch out. We might be coming all the way down to 367 to even 363 on DIA. On SPY ETF, barely down on the day, and this morning right at opening I played 475 calls, and you can see this thing. I mean, I left money on the table, but there was enough money today on SPY ETF to play this early morning dip to the upside, and now 474.93, pretty much going in the money. Now, if you look at my screen, it's holding above 471.42, rising 20-day moving average. So this is exactly where I actually got in right here on SPY ETF, and sold around 473 and some change, and now trading at almost 474. So this is gonna be your line in the sand tomorrow, 471.42, and then all the way down here 470, and below 470 watch out for the critical support at 467, because 467 gives up, you're going to see a dump down to 463 and then 460. To the upside, a breakout will happen above 475 to 476, and if that happens, you're going to see at least going up to that previous all-time highs, 477.55, or actually 477.55 to even 480. That was that previous all-time highs on SPY ETF. But it needs to clear 475 to 476 before we go and hit a new fresh all-time high. Until then, watch support down here, 471.43, 467, and then all the way down here, 463. On triple Q, it's up 0.20%, and this is another one I actually played same day expiration right at opening, 405 calls, and this one, I mean, this thing definitely paid today. And you can see after coming down to 401.72, that was it. If you bought anywhere in the morning around 402, 405 calls, you got more than 100%. And I called out before opening that I'm playing triple Q right here, right at opening. And looks like we might be going up for this gap, 407.58. So that's going to be the next resistance to watch on triple Q. And above that, you're going to see fresh new all-time highs. That could be around 414 to 415. On a pullback, you want to watch this support down here at 404, and then critical support down here at 400, and then 396. On IWM, it's down 0.84%, so it was down more than 1%, and you can see now it's holding above 193, which is good, but also it's trying to hold 195, 5-day moving average right here. 195 can hold. Maybe tomorrow you're going to see a move up to 197 to 198.44 to close this gap on top, and then we can possibly talk about more upside going all the way up to 205 to 207. Now, if this thing cannot hold 195, then watch out for the support down here, 193, and 193 gives up, or especially bottom of this candle, I would say 192. That is when you're going to see a significant sell-off here on IWM all the way down to 188, and who knows, maybe even down to 50-day moving average right here, 184.34. On VIX, it's down almost 2% on the day and finally gave up this critical support, 13 bucks, and looks like it's going down to a fresh new low again unless we get some sort of a bounce back up to the upside on Thursday with the CPI or on Friday with the PPI. So 13 bucks is gone, and now that's going to be a resistance to watch. 13 and 13.50, that's going to be a resistance to watch on VIX, and above that, watch out for a move up to $14 to $15. Below 13, watch out for new low, and that could be around 11.81 to 11.69 down to this lower Bollinger Band on VIX. On TNX, it's up 0.32%, but no real effect. It's holding right here, 40 as a support, but also not getting above 41. Once we get above 41, that's going to be a clear breakout for more upside, possibly up to 41.80 to even 43.71 on TNX. Below 40, you're going to see a dump off back down to this inside of this channel right here, and that is going to be around 38 on TNX. On dollar, it's up 0.34%, and this one, it wants to break out right here, but this is not clear confirmation of a breakout. I would say dollar needs to get above 103.58, and dollar can hold right up here. That's going to be a clear breakout for more upside. Now on a pullback, you want to watch this support down here, 102.44, and if that gives up, you know this thing can come all the way down to 100.88 to even flat 100. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you so much for watching.